In this morning with Chicago bracing for a federal immigration crackdown this weekend. Last night, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker told our colleague Jen Psaki he still hasn't heard from the White House about its plans, but said they're preparing for agents to invade communities.
It's, I believe, a nefarious plan. It's one that's been repeated over and over again by, well, tyrannical dictatorships across history, where you try to incite local population into some mayhem by sending in police or other disruptors, and then claim that there's too much mayhem on the ground, and therefore there must be troops that are sent in, and that's how you basically convert a democracy into something other than that. And so that is what really worries me here.
In a sign that the Trump administration is planning a repeat of what happened in Los Angeles in June, fencing was put up around a federal courthouse in downtown Chicago in preparation for protests on Friday. Protests gathered outside an ICE facility in the suburbs just west of Chicago that's expected to be used to process people who are taken into custody. The mayor there warned this week of a, quote, large-scale enforcement campaign in the area that could last for up to 6 weeks. Meanwhile, the Pentagon has officially greenlit using a naval base north of the city as a staging ground to launch operations. But on Friday, the state's 2 U.S. senators were turned away when they tried to meet with Homeland Security and ICE officials there.
The fact that DHS refused to meet with us, they actually gave everybody the day off and they left the facility and they locked the doors. This is not the action of somebody that is proud of what they're doing, and this is not the action of somebody that is doing something legal. They fled and they're hiding, and that is a clear indication of how secretive they want to be on this effort. And so we are deeply concerned, and we are going to stay on top of it.
Joining us now is former Congressman Max Rose of New York. He is a senior advisor to Vote Vets, and Maya Wiley, president and CEO of the Leadership Conference on Civil and Human Rights. Maya, I'm going to start with you because this week, NBC News we have a headline here. Judge rules Trump illegally deployed National Guard and Marines to Los Angeles. The Trump administration violated a 19th century law barring the use of soldiers for civilian law enforcement activities when it mobilized 4,000 National Guard troops and 700 Marines to Los Angeles in June. This feels directly tied to what they're seemingly doing in Chicago, no?
Yes, and what Donald Trump has said he's going to do in other cities. I mean, he mentioned New Orleans. He's talked about New York. He's definitely identifying cities that are run by Democratic mayors.
Maybe some that look like us.
I was going there. I was going there with you, Gene. But also, no matter what a court says and no matter what the law says. And remember, he hasn't said, as all his lawyers will say, is he didn't invoke the Insurrection Act.
Right.
The Insurrection Act would have been the way he could say it's not a violation of this law, posse comitatus. If we just make it really plain and simple, he couldn't invoke the Insurrection Act. There's no insurrection.
Right.
There's no invasion. What he's doing is really saying, I am, I think, distracting from my problems by throwing out fear-mongering, trying to distract all of us into whether, or, he's using the crime metaphor for Washington, D.C., despite the radical reduction in crime rates there. He's using this, he's done the same thing with immigrants, right? Where he said he's used invasion language quite intentionally, including at the beginning of his administration in his executive orders. It was because he always planned to use this crime narrative and immigrants as criminals to do exactly what he's doing. It was in Project 2025.
Right, exactly.
This was up at Governor Pritzker's right. It was a playbook, but it is not a playbook on public safety. It's actually a playbook making us less safe. And that's part of what the judge is saying is local law enforcement is for local law enforcement, and police officers right now are saying this is making it more difficult for us to do our jobs. And instead of making sure we're getting crime prevention monies to police departments, training funds, the things that we're helping to get guns out of neighborhoods and prevent gun violence, he cut those things. But he's created what essentially has become his police force, and he's using it as his personal army, instead of allowing elected leaders and local law enforcement to do their jobs.
Yeah, as that judge ruled, there was no rebellion, nor was civilian law enforcement unable to respond to the protests or enforce the law themselves. But Max, I want to ask you about other people who have agreed with this ruling that there was a violation of posse comitatus. Did I say that correctly?
Comitatus doesn't matter.
Never thought we'd have to say that so much.
We can just call it PC.
Exactly.
PC,
exactly.
Arcane 19th century law. But we have even Republicans like Megyn Kelly agreeing that what Trump is doing is unconstitutional. She said on her show this week that Trump's threat to deploy the National Guard is very clearly not constitutionally permissible. Let's give it a listen.
We can't have Trump going in without the invitation of this governor. I'm sorry, but we can't have it. He does not have the constitutional permission to do it. And I think, and I hope, I'm sorry for the people of Chicago, because I wish their governor would be better and ask for help. But I think Trump knows that. It very clearly is not constitutionally permissible. He cannot do it. I really hope he doesn't do it, because I don't want a world in which I'm siding with Governor Pritzker over President Trump. But I will if he does it, because he can't do it legally.
What does this mean for Trump, if anything at all? And how do you think Democrats should be messaging on this? I mean, should they be taking a page from people like Megyn Kelly and Republicans who are now even objecting to what they see as federal overreach?
It's always a weird moment when you're agreeing with Megyn Kelly. But in this one instance, she's absolutely correct. So there are a few places in which this goes. Donald Trump has shown a patent disregard for the United States military, its stature, and actually where it is best utilized, which is countering our threats overseas. God forbid that could be actually something we consider when Xi Jinping and Vladimir Putin are walking literally hand in hand together at global conferences. So instead, though, yes, we are at this moment where it's a question of what governor's intent is. But that's actually not what is concerning to me. Because even if he doesn't deploy the National Guard to Chicago, which I believe he will, we still have them using military bases for ICE activities, right? We still have them deploying active duty military service members to LA in and around ICE activities. The ship has sailed as to whether this is constitutional activity, moral activity, and even effective national security strategy.
You know, all these governors in these blue states, the mayors are like, we ain't asked for this. We don't want no help. However, Louisiana Governor, Republican, Jeff Landry, posted on X saying that we will take President Donald Trump's help from New Orleans to Shreveport. So basically saying if the National Guard wants to come here, if he wants to send federal law enforcement, we want that. Now, it seems to me that politically, this president would jump at the chance to that, because now you have a governor who says, we want your help. You're not going to have days of, us talking to local leaders saying, well, you guys don't want them here because these folks do want them there. It seems a little bit different. Why do you think he's not jumping at the chance to send the National Guard to Louisiana just yet?
Well, look, this is politics over public safety. Let's be very clear.
And it's not about crime.
This is not about crime. This is not about whether the governor actually really wants that to happen. But it does help give air cover to Donald Trump. That's what this is. It's air cover. But it's trying to legitimize what he's doing. And we should say what Megyn Kelly is wrong about, because we can still not agree with her. Because what she said is, I wish Governor Pritzker would invite Donald Trump's national troops. Why? Why does she wish that? Because going back to Max's really important point, what does this have to do with national security? What does it have to do with public safety? What does it have to do with sound public policy? And what does it have to do? Remember, when we're talking about public safety, what Governor Pritzker said. He said, our local law enforcement is here to keep people safe. Said, we now have to worry about keeping people safe because of what is going to happen, because untrained troops are here. Troops that are not trained for public safety. That is not their job. Their job is something Max could speak to. It's a whole different skill set. The other thing, we don't talk about this enough, but 25 states have their own state National Guard, essentially. It's their version under the control of the governor that is for the state if they need, for some reason, to have that level of support. And I believe it's available in Illinois. Why do we need this? She's wrong. It's not only that it's unconstitutional, it is also deeply unnecessary and critically dangerous to people who now have to worry about who's on their streets. By the way, some of whom are masked, not identifying, which allows criminals to be masked, pretend, and hurt people.
Yeah.
Well, and as Max was saying, there's been a lot of great reporting this week on how it's also imperiling the FBI, the CIA, the law enforcement agencies that use these unmarked cars and are wasting their manpower on petty crime and just small ball things that local police can be handling.
Well, and they're racially profiling.
And the National Guard's
Let's be
taking
very
their trash in Washington, D.C. and mulching.
And if I could just make one point about the National Guard and the military, there's not like all these barracks throughout the country with a bunch of National Guardsmen sitting there waiting to do stuff. Okay, these folks are getting pulled from law enforcement jobs, government jobs, emergency response jobs, as well as important civilian jobs to do what is explicitly political activity. And that hurts our country.